is wonderful to be here, a tremendous honor to be part of the Genentech program. I've heard so much about GWP, how impressive it is. Congratulations to Anne and Melissa on your achievements, and it's a great honor to be part of this room and have a few people here from WAVE, the Women at Ventana. So as I talk today, I'm going to talk about my lessons that I have learned over the years. And when I talk about these lessons learned, the question was, are these lessons for women? And my answer is they're not specific for women. But they are lessons that I have found many women ignore or don't pay enough attention to. So in that context, I think it's critical that we develop as leaders, not necessarily as women leaders, but I'm going to share some context along the way on how these lessons have really made a difference in my life and a little bit about my personal experience. So before I actually list the lessons, I'm going to start with what I see as a foundational statement. And I'll put it as lesson 0. And while it's obvious that one person can make a difference, it's something that we often forget.
And I think that leaning in is really key, because so often women, and I notice that with younger women I work with, have a harder time just leaning in, or as Sheryl Sandberg calls it, taking a seat at the table. You know, she tells a story of how she was having Tim Geithner at Facebook for a morning meeting, and everybody sat around the table, but even when she invited the young women accompanying Tim Geithner to sit at the table, they held back. So you notice how young men don't hold back in the same way. So we need to deal with this issue that make women reluctant to actually take a seat at the table, both metaphorically and literally. And as there are more and more role models of women, I think it's going to become easier. But there is no question, there is also something in the culture that does make it harder for women. As Marlo Thomas said, for a man to be called ruthless, you have to be Joe McCarthy. For a woman to be called ruthless, you just have to put somebody on hold.
My name is Monique Bobadilla. I'm the head of human resources at the Oceanside manufacturing plant. They are proud of what their mom does for work. My youngest son, for Mother's Day, told me he thinks he wants to be in HR because Genentech is such a great company and because his mom is the boss of everybody. So it works out just great.
I'm Claire Scott. I am the head of internal communications and launch strategy for Dalcetrapib marketing. I graduated from St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia with a bachelor's degree in international relations. So all of my colleagues were either going to be lawyers or professors.
Another word goes to Anne Lee, who is in the room. So Anne is the head of PTD, as we all know. She's a great scientist and she is a great leader. Her group actually turns discovery projects into real medicines. And as a leader, you always have to think about the work you do, but also the inspiration you provide to other people. And Melissa is certainly an inspiration for many women in GRED. So Melissa, congratulations.